What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow podcast brothers, Dorian, the D.A. Alberton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, and Daryl, D-Dub Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel. Sports Chasers Podcast. We can be found on all podcast platforms, plus all social media platforms by searching Sports Chasers Podcast. All information is in our bio. Please be advised, at times there may be some explicit and colorful language. We are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
What up, everybody? Hey, as you can see, we got some new things going on, man. Hey, shout out to my man, Ken Marsiglia, with the intro. Doing it right, man. And as you see, we got new logos going on, man. Yo, we are in the building here today, man. We got a lot to get into, a lot to dive in. Let me just holler at the fellas, going from my left to right. D-Dub, what's up tonight, brother? How's it going, man? What's up?
What up, man? Thursday night Sports Chasers Podcast, man. Good intro. Pretty good. You see you doing some things here.
Yeah.
Taking our money.
I feel brand new, like I got no brand new drawers, man.
Yeah.
We're doing this thing, boy. You know you get that brand new fresh pack of drawers from Walmart.
You already know.
Yeah, B, I feel just like that.
Yo.
No doubt. E, the Angry One. What's good, man? What's good?
What up? Doing big things in the 2022. You know what I'm saying? New logo, new energy, you know what I mean? All that. I gotta spice up this hat though. You know what I'm saying? Looking kind of outdated, but it's all
a little
good.
spicy. It's all right, man. You still good.
Yeah. We look 2 years
it's
in. 2 years in, we got a throwback logo already. Look at that.
Already.
Yeah.
Cop the merch is coming soon though.
Cop the merch coming soon.
Y'all gotta make sure y'all get the old, you know what I'm saying, before you come in with the new, you know what I mean? You gotta get both, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
But shout out to, all that's been helping us out, man. And we, like I said, we're doing big things and trying to do things for the year 22. Hey, but as that said, we'll go right in. We're gonna dive. Mike Mills will not be with us tonight. Hey, Mike Millie, hopefully you listening while you're doing your thing and working. But with that said, we're going to dive right into the National Football League. A lot going on. We'll talk about the games first. The games second, after we talk about Black Monday and Black Tuesday and looks like Black Thursday.
Yeah, Black Thursday for real.
Just get into it. So the New York Giants have parted ways with Joe Judge. The Chicago Bears have parted ways with
Nagy.
The Dolphins. This was the surprise of
Flores.
all with Flores and who else? David Culley. He's
Denver
gone.
was gone, right?
Denver. So we'll start off with the obvious. Let's start off with Brian Flores, the Angry One. I'll give you the floor. What do you think about Brian Flores and him leaving the Dolphins? Getting fired from the Dolphins.
Like you said, I was shocked hearing that news. I thought Flores did a phenomenal job in Miami, considering all the things that he had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like any other team, but the number one thing that, especially in this day and age, the number one position is quarterback. And when you have questions at quarterback, that basically means that you have questions about the team. Yeah, your defense might be right. You may have running backs, offensive line, or whatever. But if you don't have that quarterback, it's always going to be an issue. Tua for the most part, I think has done a great job as far as all of the trade rumors. He still went out there. He's still respectful. He's still a professional. He goes out there and he does his job. You don't hear him all in the media, all in the videos, anything like that. He goes out there, he does his job. And I think between him and Flores, they helped carry that Miami Dolphins team with other pieces. I'm not going to say that it was just them, but the relationship between coach and quarterback has to be a good one in this league in order for your team to flourish. We all know this, and I don't know firsthand what their relationship is, but it's a winning one. So seeing him getting axed was quite a shock. And I know there's a whole bunch of things out there between, the GM and all this other stuff where, if y'all want to talk about it, that's fine. It seemed like it's hearsay to me, but I was shocked because in this league, in any sports league, it's about winning. And the Miami Dolphins has won more than most people have thought that they would. So that's why I was shocked. So hopefully the man will find a job elsewhere where he's received and appreciated.
Come home, Flores. Come home. Come home. DA, go ahead. That's my plug.
As he said, man, I'm not going to get into anything outside of what I saw on the field. He was not a losing coach. If you subtract the first year where Tua was hurt and you had to have Fitzmagic playing and they were going back and forth, I think he was 19-14 over the last 2 years.
Correct.
Which is a winning record. The team played hard for him. I don't know what is, again, like as Eric stated, I'm not sure what his relationship with Tua was, but it didn't look to be bad. And again, I am not sure why these teams make these moves. They can say they had beef with somebody else inside the building. Where I get things twisted in sports to regular human beings is that we all work with people we don't like, and you do your job and keep it pushing. If you got two dudes at that level that have been doing this for that long and they can't do that, that's a problem, man. Like, not a problem with, both parties. It's a problem because we all work with people we don't like.
That's a fact.
And regular people have to shut it the fuck up, do your job, and get your paycheck, right? That's what we got to do. So my thing is, why is that such a problem in the NFL? And you can keep me mute for the rest of this whole discussion, but I'm gonna say this one last part. And Kev, I think I told you, I was watching something, man, and they kept talking about the same thing Eric was saying about, the GM and the coach, they got to be at the same time, because if the GM don't like the coach and this one don't like this one, because the GM, stop, man. You guys are pros getting millions of dollars. Are you going to tell me that you can't work with this man? Go out and get a lunch and work out what y'all going to do as far as a plan for the organization. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop.
Well, I've been reading this whole week, and I'm down here in this area, talking to fans and things of that nature, where some of the disconnect could have been with either Flores wanting Tua because he was, the quarterback to quote unquote manage the game because he's a defense guy. You know what I'm saying? Not messing things up. Hey, just you throw about 25, 30 times a game. Let the defense do it, because he comes from the what tree? The Belichick tree, and he's a defensive guy.
What you think about that, right? So I've gone on forever about this. You don't need to have an all-star quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Because I've seen dudes with subpar quarterbacks win Super Bowls if they got everything else pulled together. So if you're telling me you don't think Tua can win the Super Bowl, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because Foles won the Super Bowl and he was the backup.
Well, I will just say this, DA, to follow on that point. I don't know if I was talking to you or Darryl, but I will say that and it might have been another conversation. But anyway, just off the bat, if that's the case, if Tua is not your guy, but he's winning, he's gradually getting better, and you keep hollering about a certain quarterback that I won't mention here, but you keep hollering about a certain quarterback that you want, that just means what you always say, DA, some of these owners don't care about winning, they care about money. And that particular quarterback may just be good enough because he's an all pro caliber quarterback to put butts in seats and sell merch. I'll leave it at that.
I agree with you. And I'm just trying to figure out, because this dude stood strong with rumors every week. Every time something happened, every time there was a bye, every time anything happened, we're going to get homeboy up in here. And dude never complained, never said nothing, put his shoulder pads on, put his helmet on, went to go play. Maybe that's, I think everybody should at least respect the man for that. If you don't respect nothing else, at a minimum, respect that man for that. Because he didn't
1,000
throw a tissy fit every week because y'all were talking about this guy. So, I don't know what these teams want, man, to be totally honest with you, man. I really don't. And that's why every year, realistically, there are only 3 or 4 teams that really can win the Super Bowl. And we're not talking about talent. See, that's what fans get it. They think it's talking about talent. No, man, it's not talent.
Leadership.
Leadership, organizational infrastructure of a team. Infrastructure meaning the roadways to success are all within the locker room, all over the building. There are roads that have been constructed to help that team be successful. And, Cleveland had the best roster in football, period. And no disrespect, when you see where they're at, because there were some things wrong, and it wasn't all Baker, but there were some things that just were not done right from a team perspective. So,
hey guys, let me just break in just a little bit. Yo, man, relationships is everything. Me, you, Kev, E, Mike. Relationships mean a lot of things, and even with that said, you still do have to work through certain things. Now, with that being said, D, there could be some times where it just gets toxic, and it's just some things, and anybody being a general manager can see that something's not right here, and we might just have to make a move. Now, that being said, Stephen Ross thought between Flores and Tua had evidently it's stuff that didn't come out until later, right? Flores Tua has an issue. So much so that the man gets fired. They have a big time F-bomb blowout, according to reports. Tua says, and I quote, that Flores does not know how to talk to people. That's his, end quote. That's from him. So Stephen Ross sees that him and Flores having an issue. They had an issue with him and the Deshaun Watson. He wants Watson. Flores says, okay, Tua is my guy. Unbeknownst to Flores that he's going to have an issue, he ends up having an issue with Tua. Now, credit to Tua for, like you said, for being able to, even with all that, he was still able to ball out for that. It was the second half of the season.
Yeah,
right.
He played pretty well this year.
He played pretty well. Give him credit to that. So I mean, it just seems like it was just it became a big mess. Relationships deteriorated, and you know what? At some point, at first I thought this was going into some type of racial issue. And then after you start digging a little bit and you say, hey, all right, no, that's not the case at this particular time, at this moment. And you still don't never know.
That's just wild to me, bro. Just wild, man.
Yeah. I mean, the dude, again, this business is a results business game. You got to win. This man was winning. So you still, it's kind of reminded of the Chicago Bulls, when you guys are winning, you still can't put your differences aside in order for the team just to win. But
But Michael talked about the general manager and degraded him.
Yeah, they did it every day. They did it on a constant. They did it so much. I mean, the guy was, he didn't do nothing but sit down on the bus. They talked so much shit to him, and it, but they was winning. So they was winning.
You're right about that winning thing, man. Because I look at my boy, dude. If I played, I would love to play for a dude like Tomlin. Because listen, man. I remember 2-3 years ago when Ben was throwing him under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Tomlin and Ben, if we can get this together, we'll be able to do this, so we can win some games and try to be the best team we can be.
Hey D,
right?
I could forsake that and say, hey, yo, you throw me on the bus, all right, but we still winning, and you still getting my pay, but you still getting my pay. I'm still getting paid. I'm still going to playoffs. So you look over some things.
It's the winning. The winning out.
It's the win. The win and that money helps.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But
grown men, man. Grown men.
I would say on this note, Kev, hey, Flores in another report says that Giants is on his list and priority.
He interviewed with Chicago yesterday. So,
well, let me ask y'all this.
Go ahead.
And I didn't want to get into all that what Daryl just said, but since it's in the air now, I'm gonna ask y'all this since y'all Giants fans. Well, Kev, before you put your input, after you give your input on this, I would like to ask you and DA too, but I would like to ask you, gentlemen, based off of what has been presented about Mr. Flores, is this a guy?
Good question.
That you would like to bring into your organization if all these things are true? Because if we are going to do this about players, we damn sure going to do this about coaches. So I just want to hear y'all take on that.
You said, and I was thinking that as I was reading these articles, and I was like, man, you hate to, I don't want to, how you say?
You are labeling him.
Right. I don't want to taint him for what other people said. I think that the GM, whoever's the new GM for the Giants, will have to come in and evaluate accordingly. And he's definitely going to have to do some digging and to figure out, is it that this, because you have multiple players talking about how they just didn't jive with Flores and how he didn't know how to talk to players and this, that, and the third. I mean, listen, that DA, it happens all the time. We are, listen, we're here to do a job. And sometimes we're just not going to like everybody. And it's fine. I don't like everybody at my job. It's just, you're just not going to like everybody.
But the one thing I will
give, they don't like
though,
me.
And the one thing, I will give, I mean, you ain't going to talk to people all sideways either. Like, that ain't going to happen.
Oh,
right.
No. Right. You're going to catch the right one, and it's going to be the wrong day. And it's going to be,
the right, wrong, on the wrong.
Because
the right one on the wrong day.
The right on the wrong day, yeah.
I think that's it right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but, because you go through that, and it ain't going to be 2 or 3, 4 dudes that can get past that you're going to be talking sideways to. Because, especially in the NFL.
You can't be talking crazy to nobody. I don't care where you at and what job, what capacity. There's got to be a level of respect. Period. Yeah. So there you have it. Go ahead, D.
No, I'm just saying you can't do that at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No one's having that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and I'm not even gonna say it's all these kids are different and nah, man. Listen, they know what respect is and what respect is not. And cats are used to being coached, but dude, you're not gonna be talking funny style to me. Disrespectful. We're not gonna have that.
No, we're not doing that.
Nah, we're not doing that. So if that is the problem, then the Giants will have to there'll be a few things because he has to whoever signed him, if he gets signed, it'll be listen, man, this is gonna be in your contract, though. If we get 2 or 3 complaints about you doing this, that, and the third, then
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Do it, though.
DA, no,
they do that though. Yes. Players.
They do it for players, dog. No, keep it all the way 100.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're gonna put in a coach's thing like
yes.
You can't.
This is 2022, dog. We changing it all. If they want to change all this other rhetoric, we gonna change this too.
No, you don't think that the coach Amir Khan, the owner Amir Khan for Jacksonville, if he could have went back in history or in time, he would put something in Urban Meyer's contract.
Well, he fired him. He fired him anyway because of Urban.
Yes, but
Urban had a
problem.
Urban had a okay. I see what you're saying. The money problem.
There's still a money issue now because he's guaranteed money, right? But if you put in the contract, if you violate this,
that you can't have no chick sitting in your lap.
Yeah.
Are you not on the team bus?
Yes. But Flores is like, everybody understands, I guess, and I'm not knocking him because I don't know the extent of it. But everybody knows if you get to the pros playing any sport, you know what being coaching hard looks like. You know what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Tua was under Nick Saban, who is a son of a bee. If you ever watch the team and the coach, he goes hard at him. Right? So if Tua got a problem with this dude, two things happen. Tua saying, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not in college. And you're still acting like I'm a kid and I'm still in college.
Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. And Flores said, hey, you need to make some plays, boy.
But listen, what I'm saying is, listen. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's how you say it. Everybody's used to getting coached hard. How you say it is the issue. That's the issue here, right? No, ain't no one saying, yo, Tua, you threw an interception that's messed up. Yeah, I know. That's not a problem for you to say that. But if you, I guess, go into something else, then maybe it turns into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Let me interject. So we all know. So we talking about Urban Meyer. We all know that it's wrong to kick a player, right? You don't put your hands or your feet on nobody. That's a non-negotiable. I'm surprised.
No.
Yeah, he didn't put his hands on him, whatever the case may be. But you're telling me that the coach can't say nothing to him? Hey,
no. That's the problem.
I'm just saying that Saban came from who? The Belichick.
Parcells. He came from Parcells.
Right.
So what I'm saying, though,
go ahead.
You still can't talk to grown men that way.
Oh no, I got you.
And it ain't got to be no hands on nobody. Yeah. What I'm saying is if there, and I didn't know about this, so Darryl said it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He had a problem with Tua. There were other guys on the team that said they didn't like the way he was talking to them.
There was a bunch of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reality is that it ain't about touching me. I'm a grown man. I make more money than you. You ain't gonna be talking to me like that. All right. If I made a mistake, let's go over it. Let's see if we can fix it. Keep it moving.
So what would be what would be an example?
I don't know because I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna curse a grown man out. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes are not like, they're not going for that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going for you cursing them out on the field in practice at any fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come talk to me. We're gonna go over what went wrong and work on how to get it right for the next game.
Oh no, DA, because you said last week on this very show, different logo, that the coach of your Niners would have thrown the clipboard down at Jimmy G. We'll get to Jimmy G in a little bit.
Yeah.
You said that last week.
Now this is true. He threw the clipboard down. His jacket came off. His headphones came off. But when Jimmy got to the sideline, he gave him a high five, hit him on the back of the head, and said something to him. I don't know what he said, but that's
agreed.
What he did.
I did watch it, and of course I'm being the mad.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that you can be mad, but you can't go at these dudes like that no more.
You can't show them up either because they're professionals. We're all professional. No grown person at work wants to be showed up, be embarrassed. Nobody. Hold on. Let me look in this camera here. Nobody.
Yeah, and dog. The reality is this, and we'll get to this sport later on, but that's my whole thing with Coach Tibbs and why he can't coach somewhere for a long time.
Welcome.
Grown men are not going to have you yelling at them in front of the whole Madison Square Garden for a whole game.
Derrick Rose loves him.
Well, that's one.
We gotta move along.
Gibson loves this man.
We gotta move along. We got to
Yeah.
move along. Where does Flores land at? Where does he prospect to land at?
A lot of
Good
places,
question.
man.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, E.
Go ahead, E.
For the sake of the fan base, because I've been listening to a lot. Oh my goodness, I didn't know it was so many Giants fans out there suffering like y'all too. But my God, y'all are suffering. So for the sake of the fan base, of course, I'm always going to say New York. However, I would like to see him in Chicago too.
Yeah.
I like that. I told Kev that earlier this week. I said Chicago is a good. I think that would be a nice fit. You know, his attitude, that would be a nice fit. Of course,
A hard
New York
man in a
always,
hard city. Pause.
Yeah. Now, you know, now, you know, I would love to see him with the Giants. He's from Brooklyn, and that's why the Giants are the number one, according to the reports, his number one priority. So, I'm not going to get my hopes set up. First of all, Giants got bigger things to do. They have to figure out who's that
general
GM.
manager. Yes.
Yeah, who's that GM, and then we could figure it out from the rest of the way, or try to attempt to. But yeah, I think I like Chicago. I like him in Chicago, and who knows, he might since the Texans, Houston, Texas is open, so who knows, he may.
Let me go to the New York Football Giants, which is my team. So Monday passes, Black Monday passes. They fire different NFL franchises. They fire their coaches. Minnesota got rid of their guy. Chicago gets rid of their guy. And Dolphins, of course, they do their thing. And the Bears, Broncos got rid of Vic Fangio. And I'm like, Monday night passes. I'm like, I said, Judge is still on the team. He's still the head coach. After what he has done the last 2-3 weeks, as far as running the 3rd and 18 play quarterback sneak, what are you doing, man?
39.
What third? What? How much?
It was 39.
I mean, even on Madden, you're gonna go and do a pass play on Madden. What are you doing?
No, Kev, you're gonna do a run play and you're gonna run the ball, and then if you don't,
you're not gonna do a quarterback. You're not gonna press D and hit for a quarterback sneak on Madden. You're not going to do that. Is that safe to say, everybody on this panel? Yes, I'm going to answer for y'all.
Well, his reason was that he didn't think they were going to get the first down.
Yeah, field position.
He was trying to get more room for his punter.
Can I ask a question? I don't even want to try and dig all into this, but since we're on the topic, how you on 2nd down and you already feeling like your offense can't get the necessary yardage?
Well, no, I'll answer.
2nd and 9?
I'll answer for the coach. The quarterback is from. The other quarterback was, what's his name? I can't even remember his name.
Glennon got hurt.
Unfortunately, these guys are not professional quarterbacks. I think Glennon's
record. No. I don't want. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. If you're a coach, if you're a real team, first and foremost, man. Okay, y'all going to get the angry man already this year. I'm fired up now. If you have 50 some odd guys on this team, okay, I understand. We all understand injuries happen, right? Don't bring a guy on the team just to fill a roster. The guy is supposed to be on the team because he knows how to play, okay? So if Fromm was not ready to be there, then Fromm shouldn't have been there. I understand, but that missed me with that nonsense, man. I'm sorry. Injuries happen, yes, I get it. However, you got all these guys. You could have went and guys that you could have went and probably could have got Cam. You probably could have got what you could have called RG3. You could have called some guys that actually have played. That's all I'm saying. That's why Joe Judge is up out of there.
Yeah, well, that's just to piggyback real quick. I think that shines a light on the nepotism in the NFL, where dudes get jobs that don't deserve to have the job.
Talk about it, D. Talk about it.
When dudes have to play, you're like, ooh, he can't play. Whoa, stop. What do you mean he can't play? You got practice squad all year long. You got this, you got that. Everybody got the same playbook. What do you mean he can't play? I expect every quarterback to go in there like Teddy Bridgewater and Colt McCoy, because the money and the card at the ATM they stand next to get that money out of is the same ATM. So I expect my backups to win games like Colt McCoy or Teddy Bridgewater. Boy, Teddy Bridgewater won 5 games when Drew Brees was out. Yeah, we're supposed to. That's his job. His job is not to go there and get the game and lose. His job is to go in there and win. Now, for all the teams that have a backup quarterback that fell off the truck, I never wish anyone get hurt, man. But yeah, I wish that, in a way that your starting quarterbacks all get hurt. You know why? It's to show that, again, that infrastructure of your organization to being a successful team.
Which by the Giants standpoint, and I'm glad you point this up. That's why we're taking a little time with this. The Giants, the last 10, 11 years has not been a good infrastructure. This is like their fourth coach that they have fired within the last 5 years, from Pat Shermer to what's my other man's name? McAdoo. What's the other cat's name? It's just turnover. And I think the Giants struggle with that. That's why he's like, if we give it a Judge, that'll be the fourth, no, because what you do is hamstring the general manager when he comes in, because he's like, Dad, I'm married to this guy. I don't want this guy. Let me bring in my own guy. And I'm glad they made a decision. And I'm not about, I'm not here to say, hey, the person usually, I'm just saying, organizational purposes, if you're a fan, the Giants have been sucking the last 10 years. This is what you want. Get a general manager. The general manager gets to pick the coach. And then we go from there. Go ahead, D-Dub.
Again, I was saying this, screaming this early in the season. They should have got rid of Gettleman already, a long time ago, so they could they already knew what direction it was going. They already knew. Come on. There was no way. Nobody had no faith in Joe Judge to get the job done here, as far as, especially looking at what we're seeing. We're seeing players hurt all over the place. Saquon Barkley, you know how I felt about that. He's a shell of himself. I don't know. I don't even know if we could get him back right. Offensive line, again, still a problem. Daniel Jones can't stay on the field. A slew of injuries all over the place. There was nothing here. This ship was going down quickly, and it should have been starting already. They knew in November, October. I would say October, November, that how this thing was going.
Right.
If I may,
go ahead, DA.
And this is the last thing I'm saying on the Giants. Outside looking in, come on, y'all, let's keep it 100. When they said they were hiring Joe Judge, we were like, who?
Facts.
No one knew who this dude was.
We know who he was.
I said it.
Again, it was another, he was a Patriot assistant. Oh, he got to be good.
Yeah.
Wrong.
And that's the thing, D.
Eric, why are you looking away? Eric, why are you looking away?
That's the thing.
I didn't want to black my screen out, man. My logo is stupendous right now.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't none of his. I have my own theory on Bill Belichick, right? So my theory is this. Everyone says that they're a coordinator and they work for him and they learn a lot. No, they don't. He does everything. He keeps the whole thing in order by himself. He just lets you guys get the credit. He don't want the credit. He wants the rings and the money. Because everybody that's left up out that piece sucks. On their own.
Piggyback. Just to piggyback on that, fellas, the only person, in my opinion, of course, the only person that has come out of New England that has flourished is a player.
Mike Vrabel.
Homeboy in Tennessee.
Vrabel.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not no coordinator, not no assistant coach. It was a player.
Which
just
is
let
why,
that sink in, people.
When we had that, we talked about this way back when, Kev, I told you, there is no tree better than the Bill Walsh tree. None. I put money on it. I bet a millionaire, and I don't have $1 million. Because I can tell you that the Super Bowl's won from dudes that was with Bill Walsh, Mike Holmgren, your dog. The dudes that came from Belichick, they can't coach. They coach in college. They could be assistants.
What's the one that ran back to him after he got fired and he ran back to New England?
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels, please.
He was in Denver.
I wouldn't even bother. Don't even look that man's way.
Well, he's getting interviews again. So.
Yeah, but guess what? So he got all his burn on Tom Brady, right? Now, listen, this is where, hey, fans, listen, my fans and brothers, I want you guys to listen real closely, right? So everybody wants to give this dude jobs because he's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. But everybody in the other interview will say, oh, well, Tom Brady, he calls all the plays and he does all this on his own. So why are we hiring the coordinator if he don't do shit? You just told me the quarterback does it. Why are we hiring you? Right? So you got that. And then on the defensive side, it's already been said and documented that Bill Belichick runs and calls the defense. Period.
Well,
so why are you hiring them?
Oh, because they are winners.
Yeah, but they don't know what they're doing. No, he's a winner, and he brings them along with him.
DA, you was not saying that in '95 when the Yankees brought on Joe Torre.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think Joe Torre was a manager, man, but I didn't. But the reality was that he was good with personalities, and that's all they needed him to do.
That's all they needed to do.
But yeah,
I am joking about that, but I'm gonna tell you from my personal experience when back in '95 when the Yankees had the press conference and they said they was hiring Joe Torre, I was like, and Joe Torre is a Brooklyn guy, Brooklyn dude, but he had managed previously with the Braves, the Mets. He was awful with the Mets and the at time California Angels, and y'all people know them now as the Anaheim Angels, so the Los Angeles Angels now, whatever they call, and he sucked and. All he needed to do was raise young Derek Jeter up and Bernie Williams and Jorge Posada and manage the personalities that he did to the tune of 4 rings. And he's a Hall of Famer now.
Kind of sound like Belichick to me.
Yeah. So getting back to the Giants, I hope the Giants hire their general manager. I believe they interviewed somebody today from Buffalo. I don't have the guy's name from it. One of the assistant general managers up there in Buffalo. The Bills looks like they're doing good. How they've climbed themselves out of the abyss of stinking for years, and they're on the right track. With their quarterback situation and things of that nature. Let me go real quick. We talked about the Bears. David Culley. I know we talked off air. I mean, I don't even think Houston really won. This was just a stopgap to me. I think they used David Culley, to be honest. Thoughts?
I agree.
Anybody?
I agree.
I agree.
I don't think they really wanted him. I think it was just the temperature. The temperature was hot. They found a way how to lower the flame by inserting him on. And first of all, I'm going to give him and it's not his fault. It's incomplete because there's no way in the world I could evaluate a coach after 1 year. After 1 year, like as such, I mean, no, come on, man, you can't do that to him. I'm sorry, but he'll go off, and the Texans will keep on. Either they'll get it right or they won't. Who knows who they're going to go after now? I don't really know what coach is out there. Who wants the job? The Deshaun Watson situation. You still don't know what's going on with that. I mean, why? I mean, they'd be in the same situation. If they were smart, they should have just kept the guy.
I think Miami. Now that Florida's going, I think Miami's going to get him. I think that's my opinion.
Well, they're going to try hard. I mean, they're going to try hard. I mean, to go get him.
Moving right along, the Vikings. Mike Zimmer was 72-56-1 in his tenure with the Vikings. Over the last 2 years, according to CBS Sports, he was 15-18. Make the playoffs in both seasons. Minnesota's just 33-31 since losing in the NFC Championship game in 2017. Having the 27th ranked defense in 2020. Why did the Vikings not keep Zimmer, DA?
But he's a defensive coach and his defense stunk. That's basically it. He had his years. I mean, he can coach. But, the one thing that I guess the NFL, they say it a lot, but that guys stop hearing your voice in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, at a certain time. Yeah.
So I think that's it for him, man. I think he's one of those guys that you would take into college to be a coordinator or be a coordinator somewhere else. Like, dude, we don't want you to have to take on all the responsibility of being a head coach no more. You come in and just be coach, man, and we're gonna do some things, and it'll come through. But we'll see. I mean, because he's a lifelong coach, but he's an older guy too. So it's a situation where you may not necessarily want the old fella running up and down the sidelines like that no more. So, but he's a heck of a coach, man. And I always thought that Minnesota was a pretty good team. I don't think their ownership ever really wanted to win, because they never did anything like that. Like they were really trying to. They were there to get that building filled out, that new, dome, and get it filled and get people there, and they did that. And so, I mean, he did his job.
I mean, he's are they winning in spite of Kirk Cousins or with Kirk Cousins?
I think Kirk Cousins is a good enough quarterback to win a Super Bowl if
you
have everything else.
Right.
You got the defense, the running back. They already got Dalvin Cook. Say they had a super defense and maybe one or two receivers. They could. They could.
I mean, they got Justin Jefferson there. I mean, they got pieces.
They
got pieces, yeah.
Look, I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. I agree with DA. Dude is a heck of a coach, right? But obviously, when throughout the course of history, when teams they face adversity, it depending on how the coach and the rest of the staff leads them through it and past it, determines the coach's future. And I think after that debacle with the Saints a couple of years ago, they have not been right since, and they have gotten worse since. And they was just like, okay, it's time to go. Okay, Kirk Cousins, this is going to be the last year on that ridiculous contract that he has. So hopefully they have something in the works to where they bring a guy in. Hey, we just got to deal with this guy for one more year.
His cap number is 45 for 2020.
It's ridiculous.
Yo, man,
I don't like a 500 guy, and I'm not shitting on Kirk Cousins. I think he's.
And I'm not trying to stop nobody's paper, but come on,
B, come on, man. And DA, he's everything that you said the last 3 years. Minnesota has that. They had a good defense 2-3 years ago. They've had receivers before they traded in my opinion, their number one receiver away to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. Boy,
okay. You've had running backs. You've had offensive line. So to me, the common denominator is either the coach or the quarterback. That's how this shit goes down, people. So,
and like you said, that quarterback was I don't think Kirk Cousins was a great quarterback, but I tell you what, his agent is really good, because when he
got best agents out there.
When he got them to get those two franchise years where they had to pay him as much as the highest paid quarterback, that's how he got all that money. So when they signed him to a long-term deal, they had to match what he was making on the franchise tag.
Yes.
That's why he's getting that paper like that, man. But
they franchised him twice.
Washington, Washington didn't want to give him a contract. They wasn't sure what they was doing. So they franchised this man for $20-something million a year for 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Stop. That's why Dallas had to pay Dak, because it's like, we can't do this franchise again. Because it's been $40-something million a year if they franchise him again. So they had to give him that contract, but he's just too much money. So
craziness.
Oh man.
Well, now that we covered Black Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're gonna go to the NFL games. But before we start with the NFL segment of the actual games, we have another segment called the I Apologize segment, and I think D-Dub has some apologies in order to DA for two quarterbacks. Well, no, one. Let me just read this real quick. ESPN is reporting here. They actually had an interview this afternoon, and general manager for the Indianapolis Colts, Chris Ballard, said he's not giving Carson Wentz the vote of confidence of starting the quarterback next year. This was as of 30 p.m. today.
Wow.
Yeah. Needless to say, I don't think that the Mr. Ballard was happy with the play of Carson Wentz the last 2 weeks of the season, and hence that's his remarks. Who knows? Carson Wentz might go into his bag like he did with Philadelphia and be like, I don't like this. DA, well, first of all, D-Dub, you want an ODA apology. So
about
Carson Wentz.
Yo, man, listen. Hey, man, I was wrong.
It's okay, brother.
I was wrong. I thought
happened.
Carson Wentz had something to show us, man. I thought that he came through, and man, my God, man, you can't get any worse than he did this last week.
Hey, brother.
Can't get no worse than this last week, man.
Nah, you know who need to be up here? Mike Millie. We need you up here next week for this segment, bro. Because you were screaming to the high heavens about Carson Wentz and Philly, and we told you. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dude got character flaws. When he pissed down his leg in Philly over a third round Jalen Hurts, and you supposed to be that dude, there's no reason for you to be scared of that man. Right now, maybe in your head,
go out there and play.
Everybody else on the field got to do that. Everybody's spot is up for the taking every year, dog. Right, and that's how iron sharpens iron. But if you're gonna sit there and cry because you got hurt and they put Jalen in, and the guys are really rallying around. Come on, man. If you get up there, you play well, they'll rally around you. They're not going to rally around the dude that's throwing the ball to the other team.
The Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval County in Jacksonville, Florida. They destroyed the Indianapolis Colts 26-11.
They got number one running back in the league.
And they got the number one running back in the league. Carson Wentz was 17 for 29, 185 yards, pedestrian. He threw one TD. It was late, and he had one interception with a quarterback rating of 74.6. Rushing Jonathan Taylor was managed to get 77 yards. That's about it. But I watched that game on the red zone, and the Colts look really, really not bad. And I was just laughing. I was like, dang. I said, DA's been right. He's been right. And unfortunately for Carson Wentz, his general manager says, I might have to look elsewhere. I don't. He basically said, I don't trust you.
Can I say one thing, Kevin?
Yeah, go ahead.
My man Bill Cosby, right now, he's just sending out emails to the league like, yo, look, man, listen, the market's going up a little high right now. Who's this? This is Russell, man. This Russell. Russell Wilson? Yeah. Russell Wilson? Yeah. I'm in my bag right now, baby. All right? He gets all that Richmond thug on right now. Yeah, son. Yeah, so you know what it is. It's Russell Rush. Holla at your boy. If you want a quarterback, you got to rush your team. Holla at your man. And me and wife here come through and check you, all right? Word up. You ain't going to get good Russell no more. You're going to get Richmond Russell now. Hood Russell. He's coming at you right now.
Yeah.
I don't
see that.
Now he run it. He run it, big. He run it. Everybody wants him.
I feel
he's the number one dude. He's the number one dude, I would say, for every team with the opening at quarterback is Russell Wilson. Number one, because he can win without an offensive line. He don't need all the trappings everybody else needs to have to win.
I mean, I can see what you're saying. I can see them making a run at him.
I mean, now you can only play one play.
That team is still good. It's a good team. Just the quarterback issue going on.
That's offensive line, good running back, good defense.
Yeah. So I mean, I can see Indy. Better than I can see a dome. Correct. So he will be in his element. He'll be just fine right there.
Right.
That's just the fact of does he want to go there? And I don't get caught up with my wife has, that would have to be Russell's decision of what he wants to do with his career.
They pay you enough to get a plane, so you can fly back and forth.
Exactly. If you want to go to New York or whatever.
Let me go on to the other game, which was a very good game. It's left a lot of questions for myself. The San Francisco 49ers went to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, and they defeated the Los Angeles Rams in overtime, 27-24. I was going back and forth with DA on text message. I was joking with him, of course. I said, "Man, did you see what Jimmy G? He threw the ball to what's his name? What's your wide receiver?
Ayuk.
Yeah.
I said for the 1 and 2. I said, boy, look at that, boy. I said, man, DA, this is like the catch that happened almost 49 years ago. He's
Stop.
That
dude was so wide open. If he would have missed that, y'all would have owed DA an apology and a half.
Man, look, Debo's pass was better than Jimmy's pass. All right, so hold me down, baby.
D, hold up, bro.
I keep telling y'all, man, we're not gonna do this.
Hold up, bro. Come on,
go ahead.
You're gonna put some respect on Jimmy G's name. Now I know that I was joking with you.
I'll do that once you leave. Once you leave, I will do that.
They ran the ball 8 straight times, maybe 9 straight times in the third quarter. I mean, they ate so much clock.
We ran the ball the whole third quarter.
The third quarter, they next thing I know, it was the
Super Bowl.
Dang. Yeah.
And then guess what? He threw a pass, and it was intercepted.
So Jimmy Garoppolo's finished with 23 of 32, 316 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for the 87.5 quarterback rating. Debo Samuel, whose quarterback rating was 158.3. Just to reiterate.
And guess what?
Go ahead.
And Mike Mills isn't here, and we throw it up to Mike. Stafford.
Oh, I was about to get there. You stole my thunder. Yeah. Matthew Stafford, Pat Stafford. Yeah, he
does what he did, what he do.
And he was 21 of 32, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 93.0 quarterback rating. If anything that's going to stop the LA Rams from advancing to, I would say, the Super Bowl, it could be Stafford at that position, because he has a tendency to throw the ball to the other team. Yeah. And I know it sounds elementary, but it's like, for real, what's 2 + 2 is 4, right?
Yes,
you can't throw the ball to the other team and expect to win. I think who was we watching the other day? Mikey's man, Deshaun, not Deshaun. What's his name?
Jackson.
Yeah,
Lamar
threw more interception. He was able to get away with it. And they won that game. I believe it was against the Rams.
Yeah,
but you can't throw the ball to the other
team. On throwing the ball.
The averages go down.
The ball.
Especially you got a team that can run the ball and can't do that against the Green Bay Packers. Can't do that. So, yeah, what you think about the Niners' chances in it? Because we're going to go over playoff teams too. What's going on?
They got a good chance. They run the ball, keep Dak off the field. Their defense is fast, not stout. We get behind the offensive lineman and we hold on to the rock. Keep Dak sitting down. And then if you get a lead and put them in that pressure, because Dallas is not good with the pressure. They haven't had to deal with coming back from X amount of points.
No.
Because, listen, our secondary stinks. And so if we let Dak on the field with CeeDee Lamb and old boy from Alabama, we are toast. Guaranteed barbecue chicken. But if we can keep them sitting down, we got a chance. That's it. And we got to get out. We got a good D-line. I think we can handle Zeke. I think we can handle Pollard.
Right.
We can't handle those dudes on the outside. So our objective is to run the ball and keep Dak sitting down. And make it a slugfest. And if we can win 17-14, we'll take it. That's about the best we'll do. Because the reality is still, they're not going to ask Jimmy G to throw the ball. Because they got that kid Diggs on the other side of Dallas. And He's ready to eat. You got Michael Parsons. Like, listen, man. You got to take the ball out of that dude's hands. If you got any chance to win, you got to take the ball out.
Right.
That's my thought.
Let me go on to some of the other games that close out the weekend. The Cowboys defeated the Eagles 51-26. Like I said, we're going to some of the predictions. Eagles make the playoffs, so do the Cowboys as winners of the national NFC East. Cleveland Browns defeated the Cincinnati Bengals of a game of note, just real note. Hey, does Baker come back as the quarterback? What does the Browns do? Because the Browns got it. To me, the Browns got a squad. I just think that
no, he's coming back. They said they're gonna pick up his 5th year because it's still on the rookie deal.
Right.
So it's not going to cost them anything, and it'll give them another year to find a quarterback.
Yeah, the one reason why I say he's coming back is because who else are you going to get? Come on, man. That don't make no sense.
The Lions defeat the Packers 37-30. Packers started only the first half. DA said something the other day on the phone. I say, yo, the Lions play good. He says, as opposed to what? He says they're a professional team. Yeah, they're supposed to play good. So
yeah, we gotta help our fandom, our brother fans, to get a real baseline as to what they expect out of their teams. So
right. Minnesota defeated the Bears 31-17. Won't go into that game. Had no implication on the playoffs. The Washington football team defeated the New York Giants. I watched 0 of that game. Red Zone didn't even show pretty much nothing again. He my man from the Red Zone. I forgot his name. It's like, hey, no playoff implications. We pretty much will not be showing unless something really crazy happens. Eric got off for a second. Hey, Big Ben's career was extended another week. The Steelers went into that was a really good, hard-fought regular season game, man. That really was. Went into overtime. I mean, Sunday was crazy. Sunday, the NFL got it. If you want parity, the NFL has got it. And we're going to go from parity to Daryl's favorite sport, NCAA, after this. But the Steelers, they defeated the Ravens 16-13. And Big Ben, he's extends the game. Real quick, D-Dub, what are your thoughts on the Ravens Steelers? What can they do? Can they beat? Well, we'll go to the predictions here in a little bit. But go ahead.
Yeah, if you was going to ask if can they beat the Chiefs, sure they could beat them. I mean, you don't know what team you're going to get from them Steelers, but the Steelers are still a good team, a well-coached team, and they can come out there and beat a Chiefs team that has been up and down all season long. And like I said, parity is the NFL, and any team can win this year. So, it's up for grabs, man. So I don't trust none of the teams, but somebody else could win other than what we seen like the Kansas City Chiefs or whoever. I mean, it's a decent amount of good teams out there.
Wow. Watching hockey. What was I saying? DA, real quick, the Steelers, the Ravens, thoughts on the Steelers?
I think the Steelers can beat Kansas City because styles make fights, as we always say. They still got Joe Hayden, Minka Fitzpatrick in that backfield to play defense. They still got a great defensive line and linebackers, so they can defend them. And same thing, man, if they give the ball to little Jacobs and he can run the ball, and not Jacobs, golly, what's the
Najee Harris?
Najee came out last year.
Right.
Jacobs was the year before. I'm sorry. Or 2 seasons before. But Najee can run the ball, short passes. Yeah, listen, man, Kansas City's defense is not that good. They've been playing some good games as of late, but they are not world beaters, And if you watch what happened the last few games, Steelers are taking advantage of that defense in different places. So if they are playing the right way, I think the Steelers have a good chance of winning this game.
Eric, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree. It all depends on which Steeler team decides to come out to play. You know what I'm saying? If they're able to run the ball, do a little play action, then get that little, I mean, man, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but being that this is Ben's last hurrah or whatever, man, you might see some things go the Steelers' way. You know what I'm saying? But no, I honestly think that the Steelers can beat them though. I mean, 4 or 5 guys and still have pretty good they can still have pretty good coverage and for those boys, Kelsey and them guys. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. So I mean, you can never count out the Chiefs, but can't count out them Steelers either. They've been there, they've done that. So that's their pedigree.
Definitely. Tennessee defeated the Houston Texans 28-25. The Titans, they win the AFC South. And I believe they're, hold on a second, let me go to my thing here. They got the number 1 bye in the thing.
Yeah, they're off this week.
Yeah, they're off this week. They got the bye. So a good win for Tennessee. New Orleans defeats the Falcons 30-20. No playoff implications. Those teams are mercifully over. Buffalo defeated the Jets 27-10. I think the Jets head coach he's got the Jets pointing in the right direction. We'll see going forward. I think the Jets got some pieces. We'll see from that. The Dolphins defeated the Patriots 33-24. I'm thinking that when this game is over, okay, Flores didn't make the playoffs, but he'll be back next year. And no, that doesn't happen. So, Eric, we go down to the desert where Russell cooked the Cardinals, and the Cardinals had something to play for. What happened in that game, E?
The Cardinals are the Cardinals, man. I told y'all. As good as they've looked at times, they are still inconsistent. They always split with Seattle. They beat them early in the year, and they lose this. Man, it's. I've seen this too many times, man. I know this squad, man. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. So, we got the Rams this week, and it's the same thing, man. It's like it all depends on which Rams team and which Cardinal teams come out. These teams, you know how it is when you play the same team 2-3 times. That third time is just unpredictable. Is I don't know what, especially when they split. So it's I don't know, man. I got to see something else out of. I got to see Kartik Kyler, being that there's no Hopkins. I need him to take it a step above where he's at right now. I need more consistent play from the quarterback position. All that running and stuff is nice and all. I need you to be steady with your throws, with your decision making. That's what I need to see. And the defense is the defense, man. Again, it's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde when it comes to them. So I guess everybody is on a break here. So
yeah, I don't know. I know where Kevin's at. Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. But like I said, man, I got my. I do my psychology, man, and I'm like, you got a young coach. When young coach is jumping up and down, running up the sideline with the team wilding out, and he's not steady, that shit permeates down, to the especially younger kids on the team that don't hold themselves together. I mean, and I hate the Patriots to keep it 100 with you, but you gotta look at Belichick, man, and when he does that, that's a part of philosophy. The guys say, don't get too high, don't get too low, stay right here. And because he does it, the Patriots do it. When these young coaches start yelling and screaming, and they get all because they're young guys and all excited, that permeates down to the team, and then they're inconsistent.
That's a good point. Yeah. Good point. So, that's a good point, dog.
I think the Cardinals have a good team. They just have to be consistent, but it's not those kids' fault. It's their coach's fault because he's not consistent.
Right. I mean, and to be honest, Pete Carroll is an older guy, but he does the same thing. And let's be honest, the Legion of Boom carried them. Yes, I said it. They carried them. Look what they're not there. Look what has Seattle done since? Nothing. But yet Pete Carroll's running, pumping his fists and all this other stuff. He's the energetic old guy and whatnot. Okay, well,
Pete Carroll's almost 70 years old. Yeah.
Great shape, but just it's the same thing. He's just an older Kingsbury. You know, it is what it is.
Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the hapless Carolina Panthers. The season is mercifully over for the Panthers. 41-7. Tampa Bay defeated them 41-17. I'm shocked that Matt Rule, according to how the NFL equation of coaches go, is still the coach for the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers fans, holler at me this week. What's your thoughts on at us this week about, hey, why is Matt Rule still? Maybe y'all can answer, D-Dub, since you're close to the streets.
Yeah, you shocked and have all of Carolina's are shocked why Matt Rule is still have a job. But,
I mean, there's always Black Friday, so and I don't mean the one in November, so
you're 100% right.
I don't know how he still, because he ran McCaffrey into the ground.
And then, he made French fries like the owner did when he was a kid.
So I don't know. He brought Cam back. I mean, that lasted for one game, and that was it. That was like a shot at adrenaline, and after that, that was it. No more. So
it was just all gimmicks, man. All gimmicks.
Yeah, no substance, and so goes Carolina. Tampa Bay moves on to defend their Super Bowl crown. Last game before we talk about predictions. This was another good game. The Sunday night finale for the regular season. The Vegas Raiders defeat the LA Chargers 35-32 in the other desert, in the Las Vegas desert. Shout out to the folks of Vegas. Love Vegas. That was a really good game. And real quick, we're going to talk just 1 minute on, do you think the Chargers coach wanted to actually tie that game?
Yep.
For his sake, yeah. The Chargers, yeah.
So it looks like that would look like a game of chicken. So if he didn't call timeout, I think they let the clock go down, and that's what I'm thinking. But he said he adjusted for the Chargers coach. He said he adjusted for their defense, and their defense stinks. They're like number 30th in the year, and so be it. So Chargers are out, Raiders are in. DA, you was waving your hand, or you was just praising God? What was you doing? My mom would be
yeah, she would be. Mama Warren.
He's probably watching too.
Yeah. I really dude was really confused once he opened up his mouth. Because I saw we wanted to get our best run guys. Come on, stop. You ain't got no best run guys.
You should have been quiet.
Your defense sucks. You ain't got no best run guys.
Their defense is 30th in the league. Yes.
I wanted to get my run guys on the field. To do what? To do what? What, they ain't do the whole goddamn game? Man, sometimes say less. As my kids say, yo, you gotta say less, Pop. That dude gotta say less. I should say less. Say less. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Sometimes you just gotta shut up.
It's okay to study to be quiet. Just be quiet, man.
It's fine.
Just be quiet.
It's A-okay. It's A-okay. Real quick, we're gonna go through these predictions. Just give me what you got. Kansas City against Pittsburgh officially. Angry one, who you got? Every screen frozen. I'll get back to him in a second. DA, who you got?
I'll take Pittsburgh. I'm not betting money, so.
Gotcha. D-Dub, who you got?
I'm going to take Kansas City.
Okay.
in a close one though. Pittsburgh's gonna make it close.
I'm gonna say Kansas City. E. I'm gonna say Kansas City also. E, you back?
Yeah. Having technical difficulties all of a sudden. I want to say Kansas City, but I ain't got no money on the game, so I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh gonna have a shocker. Field goal. 28. No. Well, yeah. No. Yeah. No. 28-24.
Okay. Moving on to the next game. In the AFC, Buffalo, New England.
Buffalo better win.
Buffalo, if they don't
better,
win, I don't
they
know.
better win.
What day is this game?
This game is
Saturday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. I'm gonna tell you this.
8 o'clock, 2 degrees.
If Buffalo loses, it might be Black Saturday or Black Sunday, early. They can't afford to lose that game, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna beat New England, I mean, when else are you gonna beat this team? I mean, come on.
Okay, Eric, your squad. I know you blanked your screen real quick. The Rams and Arizona. Arizona travels. This is the third time they play. Did they split this year, Eric, or what was the?
Yeah, they split this year.
Okay, your team. Don't bet with your heart. Bet with your mind.
I gotta go with the Cardinals, but this game scares me. I don't know which Cardinal team's gonna come out, but I gotta go with the Cardinals.
I think this game scares the Rams too, because So
they got a lot of eggs in the basket.
I'm think there's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm think there's gonna be Cardinals 35, Rams 32. Field goal at the end wins it. What you got, D-Dub?
I got the Rams to win this game, man. You know, every time I pick the Cardinals find a way how to mess it all up. I'm gonna take the Rams on this one.
No, you sound salty, like you lost some money, bro.
No, dog.
Every time I take the Cardinals, they mess it up.
Yeah,
like he got the sports book in his phone, man. Y'all look at it right now, man.
I don't trust them, man. I do not trust the Cardinals, man. And I think the Rams will. Where's this game at? This game is in
This game is
in LA.
It's in LA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this game is Saturday afternoon.
So before DA gives his, I just want to ask Darryl. I want to ask you one question. So you mean to tell me you are trusting Matthew Stafford over car seat Kyler? That's what you're telling me.
That's what he's saying.
Yes, in this particular time, yes, man. Mark it down, man. It's going to happen.
Yo, you my brother, but you disgust me right now, man. Nah, I'm just playing.
DA, who you got, man? Jesus Christ.
I don't even know. See, because it's funny, Los Angeles is no longer really like a home field. You know, like it doesn't matter. Like dudes travel, so and because it's such a new spectacle place, like that stadium, like everybody goes, right? So
yeah, it's a good point.
I'm gonna go with Arizona, and I'm gonna tell you why, man. That Rams defense, I saw them turn down, as we said, used to say when I played, a lot of click clack. You know what I'm saying? Like they turned down a lot of hits, man, a lot of tackles, and I don't know if the physical toll of last week's game will get on. Like they really needed to buy, because the toll of last week's game is probably going to really hurt them this week. You know what I mean? Because it was a physical game. They got ran on last week, you know, a lot, you know, and lost the game that they should have won. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals because I don't know if the Rams are going to come out right for that game physically. So that's the way I'm going to look at it. Because when you get beat in the running game, it hurts all week. You know, maybe all month. You know, it's a physical thing, man.
Yeah. Kev, who you got?
Who you got, man?
I'm going to take the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals.
My man.
Taking the Cardinals. This game will be, I think I said it before, 35-32. Field goal wins it at the end. 34-31. Field goal wins it at the end. That's what I'm thinking I'm going with. So we said
Everybody,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
just know when I bet, I'm always wrong, everyone. Just so you know.
Okay. Sunday, Philadelphia visits the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down in Tampa. Eagles finish up at 9-8. The world champ Bucks are 13-4. I'll go first. I'm picking Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. I expect them to win this game 27-17. Tampa Bay wins by 10. D-Dub. No, not D-Dub. D-Dub's not there. Eric, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, D-Dub.
Yeah.
You already know. In GOAT We Trust. This show is in GOATWeTrust.com. Hashtag in GOAT We Trust. Yo,
Tell them about that. Tell them about that. In GOAT We Trust. Get you 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let the angry one tell us about that one.
Yeah, he was the one that coined the phrase.
Oh, nah. I mean, it just when you count this man out, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the tuck rule and all this other nonsense or whatever, man. Yo, unless it's Eli Manning across the field from him, yo, man, you in GOAT We Trust. I'm sorry. Well, okay. And what's my man name?
Foles.
Foles.
Yeah, Foles.
Yeah, Foles. Yeah. Other than them two names right there, yo, man, in GOAT We Trust, man. So that's can't count that man out until he's out, man. Look at last week's game. That whole debacle with AB leaving and all this other stuff, man. Yo, steady as steady can be, as cool as the other side of the pillow. So with all that being said, Daryl, who you got?
About Joe Montana 2.0, man. That's what this guy is.
Hey.
Nah, bro.
Hey, man. D, you realize you
Tampa Bay.
Yo, D, you got 2 strikes on you, man. You like with a trade.
Look, man.
Don't worry about it, dog.
Joe called his own plays, baby. Until you doing that, we ain't having this conversation.
Well, Brady calls his own plays.
Yeah, you just said Brady calls his own plays.
Yeah, but you can't touch Brady though.
And Brady did it. See, we about to go. Kev, get it back. I'm about to go all the way in the back and go. We trust Brady. Never had a Jerry Rice.
I seen Jim Burke. I seen Jim Burke break Joe Montana's back on the field.
Yeah, that was an awesome Sunday afternoon, boy. Yeah.
I mean, shoot, we used to go get some dogs.
Brady won with a receiver named Troy Brown that played receiver and cornerback. What y'all know about that?
But he had the defense that was very, very good.
Well, San Fran's defense was very, very good too. Let's not come on. Anyway, Kev, who you got, man? God, we
I'm rocking with the GOAT and GOAT We Trust. The Buccaneers will win. Like I said, that game will be 27-17. Let's move on to the other game. Did I get everything? Oh, last game that I didn't call. Niners against the Cowboys. DA, this is your squad. I'm gonna let you go first. Who you got, brother? This game is in Dallas.
Cowboys.
Okay. You're gonna elaborate, or you'll wait till next week?
I just believe that they will probably go up early because we have a bad secondary. Jimmy G will not stick to the script. He's going to audible out of a run into a pass, and then it'll be 14-zip. And then I turn the TV off and I start watching Ancient Aliens or maybe a Harry Potter Beyond, or when the Hobbit joints will be on.
Talk about a guy with little faith in his team.
Little faith. He doesn't have a faith for the size of a mustard seed, DA. Get mom to pray for you, dog. You and the Niners.
Yeah, well, I know what the good Niners look like. So until I see that, it's not that. That's all.
I got you. They just wearing them gold colors and them red uniform, huh?
Oh, we're getting there. Listen, man. We are not as good as the Kaepernick teams right now.
Okay.
And that's just the truth. Right?
That's a fair assessment. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for, right? So I need a defensive dude that's scared to play us like they were back then, you know, and a quarterback that was, you know, all the balance is not there yet. Now, we'll be fine in a year. I just hope we don't waste away all of that good defensive talent. So, you know, but we don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. We all right. We all right. Even if we lose, we're okay because we wasn't supposed to be here. So I'll go with the Cowboys.
Gotcha. Eric, who you got?
Ain't no way out, yo. The Cowboys, in my opinion, offensively and defensively, is a more talented team. However, I've seen San Francisco shows more heart, and DA has forgotten that his boys was in the Super Bowl not too long ago. It wasn't that far off. And this team is not that far from what they was before. I know they had a lot of running backs hurt and all this other stuff. I'm going with San Fran. I've seen something in San Fran a few weeks ago, and I've been riding them since. And I'm not getting off, man. I got San Fran 24-14.
Ride it out, brother.
Yes, sir.
Dido, who you got?
Hey, I got the Dallas Cowboys, of course, man. And as I say this, the San Francisco 49ers will win this game. But I am picking the Cowboys, but San Francisco will win this game. This is another team. Every time I pick them against other teams playing this year, they end up losing the game. And the Cowboys, along with the Cardinals, are these teams. So I'm picking the Cowboys, but they will lose to San Francisco. And San Francisco.
Thank you, brother D. Thank you, brother E. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. San Francisco will be moving on.
Okay. I'm picking the Niners. I think this game will be 28-21. Niners with a last-minute touchdown. They win the game.
Off the arm of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Nope. It'll be 11 running plays in the fourth quarter, and where they got the ball with 11 minutes left, and they just run the ball down from they got the ball at the 20, and they just keep running 11 plays. And
you know, with all seriousness though, but Cowboys, I just don't know what it is with this team with them.
I can't put my finger on either. Yeah,
I don't know what it is with them, but they are going to find a way to lose.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
And they got a good team. It's not like they don't have a good team. Go ahead.
No, they got a good team. Go ahead.
Gerald, we talked about this 10, 12 years ago. They do not trust their run game. They had the most potent offensive line in history. Well, I ain't gonna say in history, but at least in my lifetime of watching football, they had the most potent offensive line, and they have done the least with it. All these stable of running backs that they've had over the years. You've had DeMarco Murray. You've had what was his name? Marion Barber, or I don't remember.
Marion Barber. Wow, you.
Oh yeah.
That it was Barber and another cat. It was Barber and another cat. Man, they've had running backs. They have had an offensive line, but yet they want to showboat. They want to put Tony Romo. They gotta have the air attack and all this other stuff when it's not this strong, and it's going to happen again. San Fran's defense is going to put the clamps on them early, and it's going to be over by the third quarter. Just like Kev said, they're going to run the ball the whole fourth quarter to get the timeout.
That's what I would like to have happen. And Eric, you have, again, I think we'll have a show about this, man, because I really, really believe in this, man. Like, winning in the NFL, you have to be a mastermind, man. Like, you have to figure out a way to get the quarterback just in time when your offensive line is right, and you got your running backs are coming back, and you're not paying your defense for so much. So you got a Reggie White there, you got a this, you got that, so you can win. Dog, man, Dallas wasted a great offensive line.
Great one.
Because they're not there anymore, right? So one dude retired. Smith got a bad what's his name? What's his name? The left tackle.
Tyrod Smith.
Tyrod Smith. He got a bad ankle. He plays every other game. They lost Zach Martin, the guard, right? They got the center. Lyle Collins is still there, but not what he was. So we're talking about when they was right, and before all those guys had injuries, they were not running the ball.
Wasted talent.
But no, they would just give the ball to Tony Romo, let Tony Romo throw the ball to the other team.
Well, right.
Point blank period.
They wasted that.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That whole run.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, man, because they always talk about how much of a run game they got and the offensive line is stacked, but they never. You can tell with Zeke. Where's Zeke been?
Mike Mills said it. What did he say? What did Mike Mills say? The general manager.
He's the core. He's the
coach
is the running back killer. And yeah, I mean, I can't even say that he was really a killer this year because he didn't run him.
Did not run him. I didn't hear nothing from Zeke this year. This whole year, and I could be wrong. I have missed it.
And the reality
I
is,
heard nothing.
One game, what's his name? The quarterback had why can't I think of the quarterback's name right now?
Dak
Prescott.
Dak had more yards running in one game than Zeke. I was like, wow, this is not good.
But so Zeke comes back in the best shape of his life.
The best shape,
right? And the coach does not run him. Doesn't run him 3 times. Stops running him. You won these games, coach. You're supposed to be running a whole lot. You know, when you're winning, you're supposed to run. So I'm like, listen, man. If I could, dog, come on over. We'll take you. We'll take you. Because we got like 4 or 5 running backs. We run them all. Everybody gonna get their carries with us, baby, because that's all we know in this running. So
yeah. That's
Zeke had some type of injury, possibly injury, knee injury or something like that.
Nah, he's good.
He's good. Yeah. Good. From what I heard, he's good. Go ahead, E.
No, I was just gonna say I just have an inkling that later on we're gonna hear about how the mastermind of the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Jones, has a love affair with guys that he gives money to in particular positions, meaning the quarterback position. And that is who he is going to highlight each and every week, regardless if it's a winning formula or not. That is my thoughts on that whole debacle. You had DeMarco Murray, who was the #1 running back, had the #1 rushing attack that year. Remember, fellas? And what happened the following year? They let him go.
He ran for 2,000 yards.
Let him go the following year. So y'all take that how y'all want it.
He used them, and that was it.
And by the way, Zeke only had 237 carry. No, yeah, 237 attempts, 1,002 yards, and 2 touchdowns all year.
He has how many yards?
1,002.
He has 1,000 yards?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dog, I bet you he came in 498 yards short of like $10 million. You probably get the bonus for if you get 1,500, we give you a bonus. But guess what? We ain't gonna ring it up till you get 1,500. That's it. We already paying you enough. That's real.
That's crazy.
Maybe D-Dub can look it up real quick because we're gonna have to go no huddle because we're a little bit over time. Going to move right ahead to D-Dub. Once you find it, let me know. Hey, we had the national championship game on Monday, and the guys are rolling their eyes. Eric and Darryl is rolling their eyes. The Georgia Bulldogs head coach Kirby Smart, they defeat Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide 33-18 on Monday night. This game was watched by 22.6 million viewers nationally. It's up a tick from 21 last year. So, hey, somebody is watching the college football national championship game. But to the chagrin of the angry one and D-Dub, they probably watched a little bit because they said the same teams get in and win. And I agree with them. We have talked ad nauseum about the college football way and how they can spruce this up. And DA says, hey, y'all need to get better to beat Georgia and Alabama. Period.
But that's what everybody else is saying now. It's no longer, this is no longer a discussion.
Get better.
Yeah, get better. That's it, dog. Get better. Stop complaining. Get better. That's it. No more. There's nothing else.
But we need 12 teams in the playoffs for us to
don't matter. It don't matter if Alabama and Georgia are gonna win it. You put 20 teams in there. If they can't play at that level, they're gonna lose. Look, dog, I'm gonna tell you, man. This is the year. Like, if you watch college football, and I told you I thought Georgia was gonna win, right?
Yeah, you said that. Mm-hmm.
I ride with Alabama, but understand this: the Alabama Crimson Tide had barely any seniors on that team. They lost 18 dudes that between starting offense and defense last year to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Yo, all these kids come back next year. That's why things get scary. You know what I'm saying? Because all these dudes that lost, they'll be back next year. Right? They lost all their wide receivers. you know they got some young running back that's like Derrick Henry sitting there just waiting to play. You know, no, I mean, it's coming. It's coming. So it's like Hulk Hogan used to say, that old racist bastard, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when Hulkamania comes running after you?
Yeah, so that's the thing, man. I'm sorry, this is America, man. And that's the way business runs. Like, if you want to compete and sell your pizzas, they better be good as James E. Warren pizza, but you ain't gonna make no money. I mean, I'm sorry. And it was a good defensive game.
Yeah.
But I didn't think Georgia was going to lose. Plus, the big boy, my wife knows the mother, and he's a big boy, and, he's about to be rich. So I got no problem with it, man. I like to see him play, and yeah, guys got to get better. I don't care what new coaches you got, and, you got to get better. You got to get better. That's it.
Go to the NBA real quick.
They're old. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I just said they're old.
Oh,
that's
okay.
All. Yeah,
gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about.
The NBA real quick. No, I don't know. I was watching basketball last night. I don't know why they scheduled the Nets and Bulls at 10 o'clock at night. And Chicago plays on the East Coast where they're hour behind. That was one of my pet peeves last night. Cam Reddish got traded from the Atlanta Hawks to the Knicks for Kevin Knox, D-Dub. Oh, he's not there. Eric, you had your thoughts on this trade. What do you think about this trade? What it does for the Knicks?
I'm gonna say this, man. I told y'all already. I'm gonna say this, man. I think it's a steal of a trade. Because Cam Reddish now is better than what Kevin Knox ever was at his ceiling so far, which was probably at Kentucky. With that being said, it all depends on what Tibbs does with him.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. When the news broke out and y'all put it in the chat, I was like, oh, did we trade Tibbs too? We still got Tibbs? Okay, I'm not gonna get excited. I can't get excited no more, man. Regardless of who goes to what team and all this other stuff, the players and the coaches have to make it work. And I have yet to see, since the debacle of the New York Knicks in the playoffs, I have yet to see Tibbs make any adjustments or anything like that. Still doing the same thing. And guys can love him, they can hate him. It don't matter. Are you winning? And right now they are not. Will Cam Reddish be the jolt in the arm? Maybe. I hope so. But I like the Georgia. Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. Y'all finally won. I appreciate y'all. But just like that, I have to wait and see. I'm not going to get too high on that trade. It's a great trade, but I'm not going to get too high on it.
Gotcha. D-Dub, real quick, what you think of the trade?
Yeah, when I heard it this morning, I'm okay with that. I like Cam Reddish. Duke prospect. came out of Duke. I think if maybe him and RJ Barrett could get some type of chemistry, and I doubt. I don't know. I mean, you can't tell, but I think he was a better player than Kevin Knox to me, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So we'll just see. Like he said, it just depends on the coaching and if all the players gelling together and coming together correctly. So we'll see. But a good move.
Okay. Gotcha. Like I said, no huddle. We'll got the NBA. Of course, we'll come back to the NBA next week. Football pretty much dominated our show today. No apologies. Hockey, because I said I'm going to mention hockey all the time. Real quick, the 2022 National All-Star NHL All-Star Game rosters have been announced. The captains have been announced. Kirill Kaprizov from the Minnesota Wild, Adam Fox from the New York Rangers, and Kali Makar from the Colorado Avalanche have been named some of the captains of the All-Star Game that'll be held at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on February 5th. Dan, our hockey guy, will be here next week to expound on how the NHL All-Star Game works. It's a little bit different from the other sports. They actually play 3-on-3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They make it where it's kind of fan-friendly and it's wide open, and
It's definitely different.
They do a little bit different things. I don't know if Dan's listening. Shout out to my Dan, the hockey guy, my man. But Dan will expound on that next week. About how does the format for the NHL hockey All-Star Game work? Real quick, 30 seconds. What's your best All-Star Game? Start with E. And what's the worst one?
Oh, by far, the Pro Bowl is the worst damn All-Star game in all of sports. I don't know why they still have it. Oh my goodness. The best one. Damn. I would have to say baseball. But I do like hockey too. Basketball. No, basketball's down there with football, but baseball and then hockey for me.
Yeah. I would say baseball and hockey for me. That does it. Football and NBA, I can live without it. I'm good. DA?
That's it. Agreed.
D-Dub?
Totally agree.
Yeah. So, speaking of Major League Baseball finally begins. The lockout continues, but the owners have set up a meeting to talk to the players' union. They're talking as we speak. Hopefully, they can get some things hammered. It is currently, what's today? January 13th. Thursday, they'll get some hammered out. I think pitchers and catchers report on February 14th. Hopefully, they can iron this out so there's no interruption in any service. The angry one is shaking his head. I don't know if he's shaking his head because he wants to go. Or
I'm just not worried about it. You got COVID ramping up and all this other stuff. Guys is not really itching to get back into practice and all this other stuff, man. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. They'll get it done, man. Baseball is on an upswing. They don't want to mess up that momentum, man. You don't want to do that.
They said that in '94, and look what happened. They bought in drugs, they bought in all that stuff and made it rampant. Look at Barry Bonds. He is the poster child.
Hey, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Don't be talking about Lamar like that, B. Don't be talking about Lamar.
Don't be talking about Barry Lamar.
Hey, the best hit ever hit anything. Hit them chicks, hit them steroids. He's the best to hit
it. What's on the boxing front, man? What you got for us?
Nothing really. Nothing. That's on my radar right now. But sure, 2022 they probably get it cracking. Gypsy King and
well,
we'll see.
Yo, DA, why you there?
We'll see, man.
Why you sound like the gas face?
That's what they get right now, man. That's what they doing to us, man.
The real deal is everybody want to see Bud Crawford and
my man
Spence get it on, but we'll see how that's probably the fight everybody's checking for or want to see.
Errol be talking shit.
Yeah, true that. Can I just go back to the NBA real quick? Shout out to Ja Morant. He been balling.
Ja Morant,
MVP.
He's been hella fire balling the last week and change. Like and I think my favorite was when he put it on the Los Angeles Lakers, and they got big man because he was doing all that and shimmy shaking and all that. No fun when the rabbit got the gun, right?
yeah,
And
whoa. Who got mad?
Uh-oh.
You didn't know?
Keep it going. We'll talk about it after the show. Don't. You try and get lemon peppers back. No.
Yeah. Nadia, we'll discuss it later, but yeah. We covered everything. Yeah, I got my NHL in. We got the NCAA, man. We had a really great show. Let me do Mikey's job real quick. Hey, where can we be found at? We can be found on all podcast platforms, things such as Apple Podcasts, Deezer, as I like to always say. Anything that has a podcast, we're on there. We're on Spotify.
You get your favorite.
Who?
So wherever you get your favorite.
Whatever you get your favorite podcast, search it, Sports Chasers Podcast. We pop up, boom, you hit us, man. We soon will be on making the adjustments to put us on. What's that, Daryl? Odyssey? Yeah. We're going to be on Odyssey here within the next week. So you'll be able to look us up on Odyssey. Also, SoundCloud, shout out to SoundCloud. Been holding us down since day number one. So this is how we spread our stuff. We're also on YouTube. We're on YouTube Live as we speak. Like and subscribe. Share it. Hey, we passed the 600 mark of shares, I believe. We're trying to get to 1,000. We also want to get to be interactive with you guys. So if you got something to say, please hit us up. Real soon, we're going to have the capability. Well, we do have the capability. We're just trying to work out the logistics of taking callers. So there are times when you hear me saying that voice, that's me just sometimes practicing with the guys. Because we might have somebody like you might call up here, be like, and you don't. And we're just going to give you the facts. You know what I'm saying? And all the trolls, we welcome you because we'll just cut you off.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, we love the trolls. So, did I miss something? So, yeah, YouTube, we're found there. We're on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are there. We're sharing content. We've been able to share clips and stuff like that. So, hey, you've been able to listen to the whole podcast. Hey, maybe we get you in there with that little clip, and then you'll be like, oh, man, those guys is really good, or they're funny, or made you laugh, whatever the case may be, or they said something really great about sports, because that's what we're here for, man, to talk about sports and like you said, we're the defenders of the fan, as we see our logo here with the crest and all the sports that we talk about, and, we're really passionate about it, and we want to give a different perspective instead of the rah-rah perspective of how some may talk about sports. That's their business. But we want, the hot takers. No hot takes here, man. So if you really want some really good conversation about sports or listen to it, hey, give us a listen, man. 90 minutes we do. We went over a little bit today, but I'm all good about it, man. So, hey, we got this thing called Parting Shots. We'll start off with DA. DA, what you got for us this week, my brother?
Hey, everybody be cool. I'm just trying to read here to see what was said about my man. And so y'all better finish this up before I get to it. That's all.
Oh man, I was gonna play an instrumental something, but I'm gonna play words so we don't hear you. Go ahead, D-Dub, go ahead.
Yo, nothing too serious today, man. Yo, everybody be safe, be cool. Enjoy yourself, enjoy the sports this weekend, the football. We even got a football Monday night. I
think the NFL being greedy.
NFL. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out, but it should be a good weekend of football playoffs.
Gotcha. Angry one, what you got, man?
How's that going to work, B? I didn't even know about that. How's that going to work? So the team that played Monday, they got to come back and play Saturday or Sunday, possibly. How's that? Anyway, my parting shots, man, is always the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look out for your fellow man, woman, and a child. It doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't hurt to look out for your fellow human beings. You earthlings, you already know what you can do. Yo, man, be safe out there. the Optimus Prime and the Megatrons and all of them is running rampant out there with that COVID. Everybody be safe, please, regardless of what your status is. It doesn't matter. Be safe regardless. I'm seeing some crazy things popping up in North Carolina, man. It's just spreading like wildfire, so be safe, man. And other than that, man, man, just work hard, man. If you don't do anything else, read a book and work hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Your dreams can come true as long as you put that hard work in. You can't just pray about stuff or whatever that you do, meditate, whatever, and just think it's going to fall in your lap, man. You got to.
Faith without works is dead.
Put that work in.
Yeah, you got to put that work in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Put that work in, dog.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Son of a preacher here. Shout out to my mom. Say, Mom, how you doing? Are you watching?
Hey, Auntie.
Oh, my part shots. I ain't got really much, nothing. Hey, just be careful, be safe. Do all the things to keep you safe. Look out for one another. Love on one another. Do a good deed for somebody. Me and DA always talk about paying it forward. Actually, somebody paid it forward for me this morning, man. Shout out to whoever that was in the Starbucks line. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That was definitely unexpected. Maybe do a good deed, man. So thank you. And sometimes if you do that stuff, that stuff will come back to you. I strongly believe that. I absolutely do, man. So
karma's not all bad.
No. But if you do some bad stuff, she never lose.
Never lose. Her and the internet is undefeated.
True that, man. Hey, man. But on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, Daryl D. Del Warren, Dorian, the D.A. Albritton, James Eric Warren, the angry one, on behalf also of our man, Mike Mills, who's out doing this. He'll be back with us next week. But hey, this is his track, man. This is how we're going to end the show, man.
Yeah.
Join us call all day. Y'all be blessed. See y'all next week.
Peace.
And yeah, while I spit it, I did y'all to be a witness. Nigga from the east with mad swag, mad flow, and mad cash. Used to cop dope and shopping bags, and I hit them with the flow with a little flash. Now niggas mad, and I can't blame you. If I couldn't keep up, I'd be mad too. But I got bars, and I'm not you. Like one is a team, and we don't fuck with you. Spitting rhymes, that's all day. On the grind, that's all day. Where I'm from,
that's all day, man. That's what we do here.
All day, spitting rhymes, that's all day. On the grind, that's all day. Where I'm from, East BK, and I rep my hood all day. And I rep my hood, 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 and I rep my hood.